Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Linus Kramat, one of the Kenya Elite Program GMAT trainers. In this video, we're going to focus on graphics interpretation, which is a section, and integrated reasoning, which is one section in the data insights part of the GMAT exam. So today, we're going to look at an example of graphics interpretation. So let's begin. So basically, this class is a continuation of the earlier video we had on graphics interpretation. So you can go back to that and look at the basic concepts or the basics that you should know before you actually do or tackle graphics interpretation questions. So this example is a medium difficulty level question. So it's not necessarily hard or neither is it necessarily easy for most of you. So these questions require you to have already have knowledge on verbal reasoning and quantitative reasoning, because this integrated reasoning section is usually a combination of the knowledge of verbal reasoning and quantitative reasoning. So before you actually go ahead and check out this example, make sure you understand what quantitative reasoning is about, the concepts there, the concepts in verbal reasoning. That will really help you tackle these type of questions easily and efficiently. So on our slide, we have an example of a graphics interpretation question. So the strategies to employ, as usual, is to first of all study the graph. You can skim through the entire question so that you know how much time you would end up spending tackling this question. So that will help you, plan yourself well. Don't end up in a situation where you are wasting time doing questions. So first thing is to take note of the titles, like the title of this question here. The figure shows Brazilian milk production and yields in metric tons for the marketing years 2000-2001 through 2010-2011. And we have a bar graph here that indicates the values of, for example, of metric tons in millions, and we have a line graph that shows metric tons per hectare, all right? And we have our key here, the blue section. The blue graphs are for production, and the red line is for yield. Then we have the x-axis, the years from 2000 to 2001 all the way to 2010 to 2011. So make sure you study all these axes, understand the title, any text around the graph. Make sure you read through and understand what the text is about. So moving ahead, we'll have the questions that follow immediately after the graph. So a good strategy to employ here is to always be proactive while going through the question, all right? So as you analyze or as you go through the graph that you're given, make sure you are processing information, make sure you're retaining information in your head so that it becomes easier for you when it comes to actually answering the questions. So, and again, read the question tests one at a time, and don't be in a rush to go through the answer questions, the questions you're given, right? So make sure you tackle them one by one, right? This will help you avoid errors, and actually you're able to actually get the correct answer in a reasonable amount of time. Then again, use the interface calculator. This will help you avoid errors, especially since sometimes you'll be tested on some complex mathematical concepts. So that calculator will really help you save time and avoid unnecessary errors. All right. Then, of course, double check your answers to make sure that the answers you're providing are the correct answers. So that would require that you go back to the graph and confirm that information and make sure that it relates to the question you're asked. You can go ahead and pause the video, try the example, then you can play and we tackle together.
You're watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, presented to you by Upstack America. Upstack America is a consulting company that helps immigrants find amazing higher education and job opportunities in the tech industry in the United States. You can find our programs by going to www.upstackamerica.com. Upstack America, we wake you up to the unlimited potential.
So the first question reads, select from each drop-down menu the option that creates the most accurate statement given the information provided. A, the range of annual wheat producing areas in Brazil for the period of study was closest to dash hectares. Important thing here to note is hectares. Again, our graph doesn't show hectares, but it shows metric tons in millions, or metric tons in millions, and these are size metric tons per hectare. So we have metric tons in millions, this is production, and metric tons per hectare, which is yield. So to get hectares, we say hectares will be equal to metric tons over metric tons per hectare, or basically production over yield, right? So to get the range equals the difference of the highest value and the lowest value in the data set that you're given. So for our forecast, the highest value that we have here is for the period of 2010-2011, which is this paragraph here, and also that applies to the yield. It's at its highest in 2010-2011. So to get the hectares in 2010-2011, you can say 2010-2011. To get the production of the yield, production is approximately 6 million tons over our yield, which is approximately, we can say approximately 2.5. A quick calculation on that will give us 2.4 million hectares, right? So there, then the lowest value for case here is 22,000 stock 2001. The hectare acreage there, the production and that period was at approximately 1.5, and the yield in that period was approximately, go with this figure approximately here, could go 1 million metric tons per hectare, right? So this translates to 1.5 million hectares. So getting the range, the highest value, that is 2.4 million hectares, minus 1.5, 2.4 minus 1.5 translates to 0.9. This in acreage would be about approximately 900,000 hectares, or for our case, the answer choice here we go with 1 million hectares, which is approximately the 0.9 figure that we found. So for our answer here will be D, which is 1 million. All right. Moving on to the second question. The year with the largest amount of land producing weight for the period of study was closest to dash hectares in area. All right. So again, getting hectares we found is we do production over yield, and the year with the largest amount of land producing meat for the period of study was closest to. We'd go with, for our case, 2010-2011, which had the highest production yield, which is approximately 6 million metric tons, right? Then so 6 over the yield, that period was approximately 2.5. Doing that simple calculation translates to about 2.4, and the answer that is closest to that in our answer choices is B, which is 2.5 million hectares in area. All right. So kindly join us in our GMAT training sessions. We provide illustrations of such examples and many other concepts. So thank you.